What's up, guys? Going to show you today what my everyday tech carry looks like as a corporate sales manager, as well as what my personal everyday tech carry looks like as well. So let's get after it. Okay, so for a phone, I am using the iPhone 15 Plus. I'll probably upgrade that when we get closer to the 17 or whatever they're gonna call it being released. But for now, for me, I'm a pretty big power user of my phone, and so I needed a bigger battery. And I had the Pro Max before, but the Pro Max battery was just not lasting like I needed it to. So I went ahead and just grabbed the 15 Plus. It's been fine. No real reason to upgrade other than the fact I want to the 17. Okay, so the iPad. I do have the 11-inch iPad Pro with an M2 chip, so I think whatever second generation of the iPad Pro, with the keyboard, the Magic Keyboard case. Now, the reason I went with the 11-inch is I felt like it was the perfect in-between of my MacBook Pro and my phone. A 13-inch was just too big for me and what I was going to use it for. I do use it to take notes, I use it to draw, I use it to photo edit, I use it to video edit. So but I didn't need the huge screen because I could do that on the MacBook Pro. The perfect in between, 11-inch. It's just my opinion. Do with it what you will. All right, speaking of MacBook, I have the silver M3 MacBook Pro with the Pro chip. So, only thing that really means is that it is the MacBook Pro, but a slightly higher version of the MacBook Pro, just slightly. So, it does have more RAM than the base model. I do have just the base storage and I have the base RAM. Honestly, the MacBook Pro may be a little overkill for me. I have not even gotten close to utilizing it to its full potential. I will say though, this thing is never, I feel like it is never going to die on me. It's a powerhouse. It handles anything that I throw at it. So video editing, photo editing, I do a lot of, obviously watching YouTube. And the speakers on this thing are really what sold me. The speakers on this thing are incredible. It's like being in a movie theater. If you're looking for good sound, and you are looking for a device that is going to give you like studio quality speakers, go for the Pro. It doesn't even need to be the Pro chip, but the MacBook Pro in general has the upgraded speakers. I did originally go for the black color. If you are like me and you do not like smudges or fingerprints on your stuff, do not get the black colorway. I was about 1.5 seconds into owning this thing when I realized that I made a mistake. Now, nothing against that colorway. It is a very, very nice colorway. The silver, though, does not show nearly as much stuff that the black did. So if you got the black, I'm not dissing you. I think it's a great colorway. In fact, that was my first choice. But for me personally, go with the silver if you have a problem with like smudges, streaks, or whatever, fingerprints on your stuff, because that thing collects everything you throw at it. Okay, so the wallet. So I do carry a Louis Vuitton wallet. I probably didn't need this, to be honest with you guys. I really liked the way that it looked, and I liked the amount of card storage that it has. And it's Louis Vuitton, so like I just went ahead and did it. One of the things I do carry in this that I wanted to chat on real quick is I do have the Rolling Square Air card. The original one. I think they have a Pro one out now, so I was one of the original adopters of this thing. I think I got it on Kickstarter, ordered it early. Reason being is I have a tendency, my toddlers have a tendency to lose my wallet or move it, whatever you want to call it. This thing has Apple Find My in it, and so when I lose it, I just beep it. It tells me, where my wallet is currently. But then the second thing that this thing does is you actually have a digital business card built into this thing. So, a couple of things that you can do with it. You can scan a QR code that's on here, or you can tap it like with an NFC chip to the back of somebody's phone, and it will pull up a digital business profile for yourself. So, the way that I was using this, and I still do this, is that I always forget my paper business cards. So, I would just whip this thing out, I would scan it to their phone, I'd put it back in my wallet, and then I'd probably lose the wallet later. And so then I'd need to beep it so it would tell me where my wallet's at. So highly recommend one of those. I know there's alternatives, but if you're looking for something that's gonna also double as something else, a business card in this scenario, then get one of these rolling squares. Okay. AirPods Pro 2. If you are in the Apple ecosystem and you haven't really taken a look at the AirPods in general, not necessarily always the Pros, you need to. One, because the seamless connectivity that they have between my Mac, my iPad, my phone, being able to switch is incredible. And then, particularly with the Pros, the noise cancellation is amazing. Now, the only thing that I did update on these is you can see I added these black, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this to focus. I added these black foam tips. Now, the difference is that they do tend to seal up my ear just slightly better than the silicone ones. And so I'm somebody that likes a deep bassy sound to my music, and it also helped with the noise cancellation. So if you're somebody who does like a deeper bass noise in their music, and you also really want better noise cancellation, take a look at the foam tips. I will put them in the description below, and just give them a shot. If you don't like them, so be it, get rid of them. I think you can get packages of 3 if you don't know what size you want. They have multi-packs too. I would suggest grabbing a pair of these. And if you have not invested or seen or tried the AirPods, and particularly the AirPods Pro 2, give it a shot. Seriously. Okay, so next thing I wanted to get into, I really want to talk about some of the hidden gems, or like the things that are in my bag that may be a little overkill, but it really, for me, I would not have had anything else in my bag that I appreciated more. One of those things is the Remarkable 2. If you don't know what this is, the Remarkable is a e-ink tablet that you can utilize to take notes on, and it feels like you're writing on paper. So for me, being in a client meeting or meeting with some of the internal meetings that I have, sometimes I felt like typing on a computer or my iPad or whatever, just depending on who it was, felt a little unprofessional. And so what I decided was like I had a really bad habit of taking notes and then losing the notebook or just leaving it on a desk. And so when I needed the notes, I didn't have access to them. And there were times where I really needed to see what those notes said. So I went out and I purchased the Remarkable, because the Remarkable, a lot, it feels like you're writing on paper, which I also retain information better when I am writing it down versus typing it. But it's great because it also gets uploaded to the cloud. And in the cloud, I can access it on my phone. So even though it's written on the Remarkable itself, like I can pull up my phone and I can access all the notes that I have taken. And so one, it felt more professional in my scenarios where I was utilizing it. It is a conversation starter too. I have a lot of people asking me questions about how the thing works. Um, Two, it uploads to the cloud, and I was able to access my notes a lot easier. The only issue I had personally with the Remarkable was that the original pen, it stores on the side here, and it is magnetized, so it just sticks to it. Well, the issue is I would be taking it in and out of my bag, it would fall off, I would freak out, it'd be at the bottom of my bag, whatever. This last time I did lose it, and so instead I went out and I picked up the Staedtler Mars Lumograph Digital Jumbo. So it's this pen here. This pen, compared to the one that came with it, is so much better, which normally, like when you have OEM like or manufacturers like included technology or whatever, like equipment to like attached to the technology itself, it usually tends to work better. In this case, these pens, and there's a ton of them that you can get on Amazon that aren't necessarily this brand, but one, it looks and it feels like a wooden pencil. You can tell it's not quite wood, but it does have that feel to it, and it's thicker, and so I'm able to hold it like I was holding like a normal pencil or a pen. I'm usually a pen person. In this case, a pencil is great. The other thing is it also will flip over, and on the very tip here, it does erase like you would be erasing a normal pencil mark on a piece of paper. Now, what's incredible about this one, because the one that comes with the Remarkable does work. You can flip it over; it does erase. This one has more of like a rubberized feel to it, and so it feels more legitimate versus the one that came with it. So, two things. One, if you lose that stinking pen or pencil, whatever you want to call it, that comes with it, like I actually do highly recommend getting the Staedtler. I got the one that comes. I think the only reason that this is called the Mars Lumograph is that it's blue and it looks better. The other one is like normal yellow, looks like a pen or a pencil. I would just get one of these. This is the jumbo size. They have a regular size. It's thinner. Get one of these, or just go on Amazon, get one of the cheaper ones. And two, if you're looking for, or you are somebody who likes to write down things, but you also are like you live in a digital life. We have a digital world nowadays. The Remarkable is an incredible purchase. It is quite expensive. I think at the time it was around $500. The best cost cutting measure I took was not getting their folio that came with the Remarkable. Instead, I bought a cheap one off Amazon. It was like $30. It does the same exact thing, in my opinion. Maybe a little worse quality, but to be honest, it works perfectly fine. And if I break it, it doesn't matter. I think I saved like $100 or so by just getting this off of Amazon versus getting the one that comes with their normal package. So highly, highly, highly recommend grabbing a Remarkable. Now, the next item I want to talk about is a little controversial, I'll say. There are some people that love these things. There are some people that hate these things. I'm actually working on a review. On the next two items I'm going to show you, I'm working on a review. Those videos will be out fairly soon. The Ray-Ban Metas. So I picked these up originally as a way to work and play with my kids, because there are so many instances where like they're doing something that is adorable or so cute, and I just didn't have my phone. Or you whip out, and you'll know this if you have kids, you whip out your phone and then all of a sudden they stop doing what they were doing in the first place. And so if that is the scenario, then I have lost out on that moment. So I originally got them because I could take photos, I could take videos, and listen to music. I started utilizing these at work a lot more, because what's really cool about these is they don't have, like, there's a speaker right here. And before, I would have my AirPods in and I would just not hear people when they were like coming and trying to talk to me. And then you have to do this awkward, like, oh, I'm pausing it. Or, if you have the adaptive technology turned on the AirPods, when I started talking, it would hear, and it would kind of pause it and turn it down a little bit. With these, I can hear everything, but I can still listen to music. So it's amazing what these things can do. That I didn't necessarily get them for. And I will say, I've just not been crazy impressed, like, other than those few things that it can do. This is one of those purchases that I think, as Meta, develops and continues to like get better about these things, that, there will be a better use case for these. I'm going to continue to give them a shot. I'm going to try to use them more often than I do, but like, I'm not going to wear these things in a meeting. I'm not going to, wear these things around all day. They are a little bit heavier than like your normal sunglass. But I'm going to do a full review on these. Keep an eye out for those or for that. But the next product, and the final product I want to talk to you guys about, is this little dude here. And I would probably say that out of everything in my bag, if there was a hidden gem, is this. I have a review up, or I have a unboxing up on my channel already of the Plaud Note. And the Plaud Note is an AI voice recorder. So like what this does is it slides into this MagSafe wallet type thing here. I can slide it on, or I attach it to the back of my phone, and then when I'm in a meeting, I can actually press and hold this button here, and it'll start recording on the device. And what that does is after I am completely done with my meeting, I can have it transcribe and summarize what the meeting was about. And so in my role, I am probably in anywhere from 5 to 8 meetings per day. I can only write so fast. I can only take notes so fast on my iPad. And some of these conversations that I have, especially in my role, require me to remember or at least take notes on a lot of actionable takeaways. So, like things that I need to be doing after I leave a meeting. This thing transcribes the meeting, it records it, and then there's different templates that it has that you can choose what type of meeting that you were in. And so, if I'm in a client meeting or a prospect meeting, I can have this thing tell me that what their pain points were, what's important to them, and then like actionable takeaways. And it allows me to listen more than taking notes, because sometimes I felt like I was just writing, and I would not be really actively listening to what they were saying. Now, it is an upfront cost. So I think I got mine from Costco, it was around $200. It is an upfront cost, and there is an ongoing subscription fee for the amount of storage or recording minutes that you have with them. But when you record, you also can have different AI models as the one that it gets into. So I know they have Claude in there. I know they have ChatGPT. I don't think they have Gemini integration, but there's a couple others. It will suggest the best one. But let's say you just prefer the way that ChatGPT responds, you can utilize ChatGPT. If you prefer the way the Claude responds, you could utilize them. So this is probably one of the best purchases I have made in my particular scenario. Is everybody going to need this thing? No, absolutely not. But if you are in meetings all day long, back to back to back to back, and you are like me and you really want to actively listen to like what they're doing or what they're saying, get one of these and just give it a shot. If it doesn't work, return it. Like get it from Costco like I did. Costco's return policy is amazing. Return it, call it a day. But I would recommend one of these entirely to anybody that's a professional or somebody that is in a lot of meetings or needs to take a lot of notes. Because you can even take these on phone call. You can even take notes on phone calls. So, um, like I said, probably best purchase I've made. Highly recommend it to pretty. All right, so we'll wrap it up here. I am curious what you guys are carrying in your everyday carry that is tech related. I have a lot of technology that I carry around on a day-to-day basis. I'm a tech guy. I love tech hardware, and so I know that in my particular use cases, there are some things that I'm going to have that make sense for me to have that don't make sense for others to have. And I am curious, depending on what your role is or what you do on a day-to-day basis, like, is there anything else that you have in your bag that I should be taking a look at? Is there anything that maybe I have that you would like to know a little bit more about? Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It does help support me in getting some of these things to have to review and show you guys. And then really like let me know what suggestions that you have about things that you want me to talk about, because I have a lot of different ideas, but you guys are really the ones that drive this channel. So with that being said, we'll get you out of here, and I hope to see you on the next video.